Okay, thanks for your help with this. What I'm having issues with mainly is I need this preset. It looks like it's call out 25 with the drop zone. Um, and I don't know if this is going to affect any other drop zones, but what I have an issue with is as I go along and try to, let's see, I can try to do this TP number 1 right here and line this up with, let's see, at the beginning of this white line, I'll go through it. I can line that up and everything works fine, but if I try to move this out of the way, let's see, this is like position all, so let's go and try to put position all over here. There we go. And then I don't know why position all didn't move, but then let's move this. Whoops, okay. So this is position all. Now I have that. Now let's move this out of the way. Let's do the main point. Let's put the main point, attach it to here, and let's do a keyframe at position all, and let's go to main point. Where's main point? And do a keyframe there. So ideally, and let's just say, let's put this TP1 at the end of the white line. That's where I want it to follow. And we've got a keyframe there. So let's go a few frames on. Let's scroll forward frame by frame. And let's reposition this at the end of the white line like we normally should. Let's go scroll a little faster and a little further, just for an example, so you can see what I'm having an issue with here. Change that. Let's say we want to start changing the position all. We want this out of the way because it's going to cover up an item I have here. So I want it out of the way as it scrolls through here. I want this position all window and main point to change as I'm going along. So let's just make sure, yep, this keyframe was snagged. Let's go to main point. The keyframe here was snagged. I did not reposition, stupid TP1 position. So let's capture that. Let's just move forward here. TP1, let's reset that right about here. Let's move the main point down, and let's move position all out of the way. Let's line this up. So I would think, let's do it one more time. I would think this would generally, let's go, there we go. I think this would generally follow. Let's move this out of the way a little bit more. But watch what happens here. So we've keyframed all of this stuff, right? All of these have been keyframed. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, there we go. And let's hit play. And there's my line now. My line is wandering off into nowhere. I don't know where it's going, why it's going there, but it should be attached to this white dot. We attached it. You saw me do that. And it's not. Now I've done it before where I've attached and messed around with just TP1 and it followed along just fine. What happened here? Looks like something started following. I could make the line width. Oh, not that. Let's find another line width here. Line width, line width. All right. Okay, I'll lengthen this line width so you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe you can see this here. So the line is not following anything, and like I said, I only did 3-4 keyframes there, but generally it should be following this. And you can see I've got the TP point up here. Why is this way down here? I don't understand that. So moving on, another question you ask is what other, adding a fourth point. Let me show you quickly what I've added a fourth point. I've done what you said before. I've added a fourth point to other videos that I've done, not using yours, but it's been extremely time consuming. So I add these call outs to buildings. Now this one here is a regular call out with one leg, and I've added another one to it. Here also, this came with one leg, but I added the second, third, and fourth here, which I manually had to go frame by frame almost and line this up. So when I saw that you had 3 legs to your call out, I thought this was a really great idea. I was hoping you would have a 4th one in there, because what I do is I always add a 4th one to these videos. There are always 4 ramp doors at the end of each of these buildings here, and I always need to call out 4th. So I can do what you suggested by manually adding a 4th leg myself, but it would be so beneficial for me if I had that 4th one in there. I would be willing to pay for this application all over again if I had a 4th wheel. It would be worth double what you are charging for it if I could just have that 4th one, and that would just be for me personally. Now you also ask what, let me just scroll through this. I'm always adding these call outs with icons. I always need drop zones to almost everything I do. This one doesn't have a drop zone, but this has a drop zone. And a lot of times I'm having to customize these things and add these drop zones, customizing to the end of these call outs. And I wish a lot of these call outs that folks are making would have drop zones in them. So let me look at some of the ones you've created and show you what I would really enjoy having call outs added to. Let's see. So in drop zones. Let's see, in drop zones, let's go to the drop zones here. I guess this is call outs. So this is your new call outs. No, this is the old one. This is 22. 22 would look great with a call out. If I had something that had a border around it, the option to make a background so that the text would stand out. I need text to really pop out. I need it to be cohesive. Call out 20. That's kind of a cool one. That might stand out enough that I could, if I could have a drop zone either at the end of it or at the beginning of it, as far as to the right of it or to the left of it, that would work. Something else, I bought this minimal, I bought the 100 cursor elements. And what I really need is this cursor that has the drop zone in it. Let me see if I can find it. It has an arrow at the bottom of this drop zone cursor. I can't seem to find it now. There it is. Drop zone 8. No, this one isn't it, but this one would be pretty cool. Here it is. Drop zone 2. Drop zone 2 has an arrow at the bottom. Now, if I could have that arrow, have the option to lengthen it in the settings or to move it left side or to the right side, that would be of great benefit to me. I'll show you what I mean by that. I've had to manually open up these in motion and make the triangle longer or shorter, but you can see here how I've got a lot of drop zones, a lot of areas that I have to call out, and I need them to be lengthened or shortened so that I can fit all these areas in here, so I can point out all the neighboring buildings and vendors around a particular customer. So I need this arrow here lengthened or shortened. Sometimes I need it on the left, sometimes I need it on the right. And I have had one pop-up that I bought from another person who allowed me to, in the settings here, change it either from the left or the right. But there were other bigger issues that I had with it and I couldn't use it but I did like the ability to be able to move this triangle, this arrow, to the left and to the right. That would be of great benefit. And that's about it. If you could do these things, this would be a huge benefit to me. Let me just show you what I do here. I bought both of yours hoping that these would, see, I do these little pop-ups that show the area, and it has an icon that shows either a train yard or a logo, something like that. I have to show the freeway. I have to show a lot of things. So having these drop zones are a huge, huge benefit to me. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. This has been a long video, but I appreciate any help that you can give me in this area. Thank you.